My name's Simon Godley. I'm the BSc Physiotherapy Programme Lead here at the University of Cumbria.
I am Carolyn Kent and I'm a lecturer of physiotherapy.
My name's Carl Bofer. I'm a third year BSc Physiotherapy student. What is physiotherapy? Physiotherapy is a career in which you can enable individuals to take charge of their own rehabilitation, and you can guide people to get themselves better, which was really like a key driver for me because I like inspiring others to be able to do what they didn't maybe believe that they could.
A physiotherapist will typically help rehabilitate someone from injury. However, we also have quite a big role to play in stopping people from getting injured in the first place. So a big part of our role is really looking after people who potentially maybe aren't very well and trying to get them back to a place where they can enjoy their life.
I think some of the unique points of the physiotherapy course at the University of Cumbria, we obviously got the smaller cohort sizes, so we're able to build better and stronger relationships with our students. We get a little bit more of a personalised approach. We have a good mixture of practice-based learning versus the theoretical side of learning as well, so we can help students not only develop a solid foundation to their knowledge, but also then help to apply it in a clinical setting at one of our several different clinical suite rooms that we have here at the University of Cumbria.
The practical elements of the course are embedded throughout all of the different topics that we study. I personally enjoyed studying anatomy. The most beneficial is difficult to say because they're all really important in their own ways. The support and guidance you get from the lecturers is absolutely amazing, and that really personal approach really made me feel comfortable with my studying. You get a personal tutor that guides you throughout all of your education, whether that is on placement or if you need help with any assessments or anything, they're really good at signposting you to the right place.
The tutorials and lectures will typically involve some form of taught lecture and will potentially use things, for example, like PowerPoints or even class tasks where students will work together as part of a group. And then from there, we'll go into the practical session and really try and get the students to think about why they're doing what they're doing and also what it is that they've learned in the tutorial and apply that within a practical setting. That could be anything from learning how the anatomy actually relates back to injury. It could also be about learning tests that potentially might help you to diagnose what injuries it is that you're dealing with. And then finally, we also look at exercise and also treatments, and that can involve anything from work in the gym, it can involve bodyweight exercise, it can involve taping, massage. Sometimes we use some electrotherapy, and potentially we'll do that using both practical but also sometimes digital means.
The curriculum for the BSc Physiotherapy Programme is split into a 3-year course. In year 1, we've just recently validated this programme with our professional bodies, the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy and the Health and Care Professions Council. The students are introduced to basic concepts in human anatomy and pathophysiology. They also start to learn some of the fundamental principles around the professional standards that are related to the job of being a physiotherapist. And they also start off with their clinical placements at quite an entry-level stage. As the course progresses into year 2, the theory starts to ramp up a little bit, and the content that they've learned in year 1 tends to become challenged a little bit more, and there's more detail being added to those core topics that they've been introduced to in the first year of their course. And there's another 2 placements as well, which help students to bank up their hours to get to the 1,000 hours they're required for clinical accreditation. As well as that, we need to sort of build that diverse range of portfolio areas into what physiotherapists need in order to be successful in their future careers. In year 3, there's more placement components as students reach that 1,000 hours, and additionally they also learn some of those fundamental skills which are going to benefit them as they're moving into the clinical practice world and other sort of areas around enhancing employability that are really going to be key concepts that they can use as they transition from graduate to employee.
People that have gone on from University of Cumbria, many of them have gone on to the NHS, some of them have gone into professional and amateur sport, and we also have practitioners that have been working in the private sector with regards to the military, private clinics, and potentially even areas that have involved leadership or digital leadership, for example, working with the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy.
During our clinical placements, we get an elective. For me personally, I got my elective with the military, and I worked down in the regional rehab centre in Cardiff. So I spent 6 weeks with the team there, rehabbing current soldiers and veterans. So it was amazing that that was an area that maybe I didn't realise that physio could have taken me, but I've had an amazing experience there.
Advice I would give to students who were coming to the University of Cumbria, I would first of all say, look, do you like to learn practically? Do you like to meet people and be around people? Do you like to have an inquisitive mind and research things and search things out for yourself? If you're that type of person, University of Cumbria might be for you.
Yeah, I'd recommend this course. It's really given me the basis and the solid foundation to build a career in physiotherapy.